Does the Euthyphro dilemma apply to laws? Have you ever wondered if laws are just because they are made by authorities, or if they must align with some deeper sense of right and wrong? This question is at the heart of the Euthyphro dilemma. Originally, this dilemma was about morality and the divine, but it applies to laws too. The Euthyphro dilemma asks whether something is good because it is commanded by a higher power, or if it is commanded because it is already good. When we think about laws, we can ask, are laws valid simply because a government or authority says so? Or do they need to reflect some independent moral standard to be considered just? Let's break this down. The first view suggests that laws are valid just because an authority enacts them. This means that if a government declares something to be law, it is automatically considered just. This can lead to troubling situations. For example, if an authority commands an unjust law, like one that discriminates against a group, that law would still be seen as just under this view. This raises concerns about the arbitrariness of legal authority. On the other hand, the second view holds that laws must align with moral principles that exist outside of legal authority. This means that laws are only just if they reflected what is inherently good or right. In this case, laws would need to be evaluated against these independent moral standards. This dilemma is important in discussions about ethics and morality because it challenges how we view legal authority. If laws can exist without any moral backing, they might endorse practices that are fundamentally unjust. Conversely, if laws must conform to moral standards, then we have a higher ethical benchmark to judge laws against. Philosophically, this debate connects to two major schools of thought: legal positivism and natural law theory. Legal positivists argue that laws are valid based on social facts and authority, regardless of their moral content. Natural law theorists, however, believe that laws must be grounded in moral principles to be legitimate. In practical terms, the Euthyphro dilemma encourages us to think critically about our legal systems. It raises questions like whether we should obey laws simply because they exist, or if we should consider their moral implications. This also plays a role in discussions about civil disobedience, where individuals might choose to break laws they see as unjust. So, does the Euthyphro dilemma apply to laws? Yes, it frames the essential question of whether laws are just because they are enacted by authority, or if they must conform to independent moral standards. This has significant implications for how we understand legal authority and the relationship between law and morality.